Hi guys, Mariah here with thebonnelife Training. Today we are going to talk about whether or not it is worth it to hire a trainer. Is it good to have an outside opinion? And we are going to be interviewing Julie. But before we get to that, we are going to show a different fun things that she has learned with our dog Trump along the way. Her dog Trump, my student. He is a Greater Swiss Mountain Dog. He is almost 2 years old. They got him when he was, 14 weeks?
About that.
14 weeks old, so he was a little bit older. So some of the training challenges were a little harder than normal, but with a lot of help and consistency from Julie, he has came through and is a really great dog. Before I go any further, I do want to mention that I do virtual training, whether that's over the phone, Skype, Google Meetups, Zoom, whatever works for you. So if you're interested in something like that, you can hit me up via Facebook. You can click on the link. It brings you to our website where you can message us or even comment here and we can get connected that way. So Julie, thank you so much for being with me today. I know that you are extremely busy and you have children at home, so I really appreciate the time that you've taken. I just have a few questions for you today, and I would like to see you perform a couple of tricks or tips that I've given you, just so you can, ooh, you're a heavy boy. Just so I can see it, people can see a few of the things that you've learned. So my first question for you today is, have you ever hired a dog trainer with past dogs before?
Yes, we have. A few years ago, we had a chocolate lab, and he just wasn't fitting into our family too well. He just wasn't very obedient. We sent him to obedience school, and we got him about a month later, and we really didn't see a big difference in him. We really didn't know what to do. We were just really unsure that how the guy trained him. So
right.
Yeah, so we did, and we just feel like it didn't help us at all.
So he was trained for him, but not trained for you.
Exactly.
Because you were kind of lost. Really.
We needed to be involved in the training.
Right, yes, and that's the common thing that happens. A lot of people send their dog away to puppy school or doggy camp. Mm-hmm. They're expecting a changed dog, and they are changed there, but then when they come here, the rules are different, the people are different. There's no instructions, you know? You're like, I wish they would just write this down. Right. And I wish dogs could read and I could read and we could do this together. So do you want to tell me a little bit about Trump and why you even decided to get a trainer in the first place?
Well, in the past we've had dogs, and I could never connect with the dog because the dog was disobedient. Like, I would tell the dog to go out or to leave, and they would just run from me or just, it would be very annoying to me. So I never connected with the dog. I never loved a dog. And we got Trump when he was about 4 months old, and I wanted to make sure that I loved him and that I could really connect with him, because I could tell that my family was ready for a dog and that he was going to be our forever dog. Mm-hmm. So that's why I reached out to you for help.
Okay, awesome. And do you feel like that was worth it?
Absolutely. I had no idea that dogs could listen to the master and obey and respect me for what I was saying. And when I saw you working with dogs, I saw that the dogs were very respectful, and that was what drew me to you. And that's what I wanted with my dog.
Right, and I will interrupt kind of here for a second. And Julie has seen me with my own personal dogs. And that's really where she, I have 3 dogs, and I'm telling them to get in the car, get out of the car, get off of me. And Julie saw that, and that was one of the things that inspired you. So that's kind of where she's going with. She saw that dogs could be good, which, I'm excited to hear that I can bring my dogs somewhere and people notice the behavior and that they're respectful and listening. So before we go any further, I am going to ask Julie to just show us a couple of things, fun things she's learned. You can do a trick or a command, whatever it is, your favorite one. And we'll just get them on camera real quick.
Take it, Trump, take it. Good boy, good boy. What you got there, huh? Good boy. Trump, leave it. Good boy. Take it. Good boy. You got a toy? Yeah, you got a toy. Good boy, Trumpy. Good boy. Trump, leave it. Good boy. Wait. Good boy. Take it. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Trump, sit. Off. Off.
That's
Good boy. Sit. Down. Crawl. Come on, boy. Good boy, Trump. Good boy.
So Julie, you went through several commands and I believe one trick. Do you want to tell us about maybe one or two of them and just kind of talk about why you chose them? Or
Yes. So when I tell him to leave it, that's one of my favorite ones, because if he would happen to get a child's toy and I see him, or a pencil or anything, and I say leave it, he will drop it from his mouth. And even though he was chewing on his own toy, when I told him to leave it, he left it. So I love that. That's a great thing to be able to command him to do. And also telling him off. You know, if we're busy, we're doing things, and he wants to know what's going on, and if I can tell him off and he goes away, we can continue to do what we want to do, instead of the dog just staying and bumping into people. So I really think that's one of the most important commands that I could teach a dog.
That is actually one of my personal favorites too, is off. Whether or not it's you know, my dogs or someone else's. I have grandparents, and I worry about my dogs knocking them over. I can say off and they will leave whomever they are near. So that is also one of my favorites. So I'm really glad you chose to show that, because I wish every dog in the world could learn that command, just to respect space and stuff.
Yes.
So I think that's it for today. Julie, thank you so much for doing this. Like I said, I know you are an extremely busy person and you took a second to do this. It's been great. It was really fun to see a different breed on my channel. We normally have a lot of cattle dogs, so a Greater Swiss was fun to see.
Great breed.
Yeah. Oh, love them. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Julie really only did have a few minutes today, so she really had to hop out quickly, but I'm very grateful for her for being here and just doing that with me. A lot of my clients are virtual, or I do, you know, distance over the phone teaching, just because of everything going on in the world right now. So I was really appreciative to Julie for coming and actually spending time to meet with me. So round of applause for her. So a couple things I wanted to just kind of round the video up with today is it worth it to hire a dog trainer? As a dog trainer, of course, you know, you think I'm gonna say, yes, it is, but even when I wasn't a dog trainer, it was worth it for me to hire one, because even if you know what you're doing, or you don't know what you're doing, having an outside opinion is just different. You know, I had a dog once, the people got it had been abused, they didn't know this, they got it, they thought it was aggressive, it's growling at us. I walked in, I said, she's not growling, she's terrified. And within 2 weeks, she was in the house. The kids could play with her. She was playing with the other dogs. So, you know, sometimes you just, they had probably 10 dogs before her. So, you know, it was just an outside opinion. If you don't know what you're doing and you're starting from scratch, it's better to do it right the first time than mess it up and then spend 6 months getting them to do what you need to do. Okay guys, this video has been long enough, so I'm just gonna wrap this up real quick. As I did mention before, I do offer online courses or virtual, over the phone, in person if we're near each other. A lot of times we aren't. If you want to support us, please like and subscribe to our channel and this video. You can also go to our website, which we'll have in a link below, or even follow us on Facebook. It's really easy to get in contact with me on Facebook because, you know, Messenger, I'm always on it. Thank you so much. Have a good day.